Hey everybody, this is Jerichos, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VI. Last time, we explored South Figaro and made our way north to Mount Colts, where we defeated Vargas and recruited our fourth party member, Sabin, the monk who can do blitzes. Fun button combinations to do crazy attacks. Now, I didn't mention last episode, but depending on which blitz you choose, it is either physical or magical damage. Raging Fist and Meteor Strike are physical. The rest of them are magical. And as a result, I'm going to probably be working on trying to improve his magic attack more than his physical. Also, Aura Cannon is just powerful. Plus, doesn't matter if he's in the front row or back row to use his magical ones, so we're keeping him in the back row. Also, I didn't equip any relics on him, so let's go ahead and give him the Gigas Gloves, because why not? Actually, no, you know what? Instead of giving him the Gigas Gloves, let's give Locke the Gigas Gloves, and you can have Silver Spectacles and the Hermes Sandals, so you can go faster. And I did make one mistake. I said that he could not equip shields. That's wrong. I just forgot I sold all of my extra shields. So I just don't have any to give him right now. Also, hey, tent from that chest. And we are through the other side of the mountains. Well, almost. Now we're through. And we're in a small little valley. Keep heading north, and you'll remember they said the Saber Mountains were beyond Mount Colts. That's what we're looking for now. Here they are. Little hole in the mountains. If you go north a tiny bit more, you'll just come to a dead end. So let's go in here. Also, an interesting point of note, I didn't comment, but if you change your formation to put a different person in the lead, it changes who's on the screen. So, minor thing, I'm for the most part gonna just let the game decide who's in what order when it gives me a party, but, you know, just something you can do if you like a certain character better on top. And hey, we're at the Returner hideout. And once again, as you'll hear me say probably 100 times in this game, I love this music. King Edgar, this way please. And you just automatically follow him. He'll lead us through. This way please. Let's go through this door, get a save point, which I'm going to take a quick moment and stop off at. And say hello to Bannon. Bannon, we brought her with us. So, this is the girl, the one to whom the Esper responded. Esper? It seems the Empire had complete control of her. Carrier pigeons have kept me informed. I also heard that she wiped out 50 Imperial soldiers in mere minutes. No, that's not... Terra. For heaven's sake, Bannon. The girl doesn't remember anything. Hiding from the truth won't change it. Perhaps you've heard this story before. Once, when people were still pure and innocent, there was a box they were told never to open. But someone went and opened it anyway, unleashing all the evils of the world. Pride, envy, greed, wrath, gluttony. The only thing that remained in the box was a single ray of light, hope. Your power is a gift, not a curse. No matter what happens, you must remember that. You are this world's last ray of light, our final hope. Bannon. I've grown weary with the hour. Allow me to rest for a while. Yeah, wow. No pressure, Terra. Just the last light of hope in the world. So we rest for a little bit. Let's talk to Locke. The Empire stole someone important from me. I've hated it ever since. If no one stands up to the Empire, more people will be left like me. That's why I joined the Returners. But there's no one important in my life. I have no family, no friends. That's not true. And besides, I'm sure there are people who feel you're important to them. Those people are counting on you too. Aw, good words of inspiration from Locke. And we get a phoenix down from the chest here. Now let's head down and we're going to explore the hideout some. First thing first, nothing in these boxes, but if we head up here, I don't think... yeah, nothing in these. And up here we got a wandering around guy. Please, have the courage to join us in our battle. An air knife, which I'm pretty sure is a weapon that's just for Locke. Yes, but it does wind damage. And it's a pretty good attack, so we'll hold on to that for the moment. Hey, get out of my way. Phoenix down. And another Knight's Coat. So I didn't have to buy one of those, but I went ahead and did it anyway. Got an antidote and an ether. I think that's almost everything here. If you head to the right, should be... yeah, you kind of go zigzagging down here. You'll find a hidden little area with a white cape. That is a new relic. What that does, prevents imp and silence. Now, almost every single relic can be equipped by every party member. And did I just notice... even though we rested, she did not get healed. That's kind of BS. But yeah, there's not usually any sort of character restrictions on the relics the way there are on certain pieces of armor or weapons. Now, I think that was everything up in the storeroom. There's a couple more items still to find. Nothing in here. We're a small organization, but we've been gaining more and more sympathizers around the world. Freedom is almost within our grasp. And you know what? Hey, Sabin, let's talk to you. I don't know what to tell you, but I do know that I trust my brother completely. He's always thought of my needs before his own, ever since we were little. I think you should trust him too. But don't tell him I said that. He'll turn red as a tomato. Oh, I love the humor. And we got a shop. Let's see. Eye drops, potion. We could buy high potions here. I'll buy a few. Let's see. Let's buy 3. Arbitrary number. You can buy ethers, bags, tents, and you can buy sprint shoes. They knew they were super useful if you hadn't bought them yet, so they wanted to make them available here too. Down here, I don't think there's anyone in the inn. There's not, but let's take a quick moment, because it's a free inn, and heal up. And this should heal all of your party members, not just Terra. Even though she's the only one actively in the party right now. Now, hey, you wandering around, what do you say? The Empire is snuffing out returners wherever it finds them. We must find a way to strike back before it's too late. There's a green cherry in this pot, nothing with the statue. Now, there's a cute little thing you can do if you stand here and look at the table. There's a scrap of paper lying here. You can toss it in the trash, which Tara will just walk up and throw it in that pot, or leave it. Go ahead and leave it. It'll result in one little tiny bit of funny dialogue later. If you toss it in the trash, nothing happens. And over here, we got that chest we saw, which I ignored, for a high potion. And Edgar. It's not easy asking so much of you. And if we force our ideas on you, we're no different from the Empire. So, we want you to decide for yourself. Kind words, but you're still putting a lot of pressure on her, dude. Now, we have talked to Edgar, Sabin, and Locke, and because we've talked to all 3 of them, the guy at the entrance will say something different now. Bannon, he went outside just a moment ago. And he'll move out of your way so you can go talk to Bannon. Have you made your decision? Will you become our last ray of hope? Now you can say yes or no. I'm going to say yes, then I'm going to reload my save and show you what happens when you say no. Really? You will? But I'm scared. The uncertainty you're feeling is only natural. Tara, I want you to have this. What is it? A charm to help keep you safe. Take it. Obtained a gauntlet. This is a relic. I'll go into details of it in a minute. I have a plan. Would you please gather everyone together? Who threw this here? Don't you people know what a wastebasket looks like? Tara's shock and laughter there. Yeah, that one little bit of dialogue only happens if you actually find the paper and leave it there. If you don't interact with it, nothing happens. Well then. We all know that the Gestalian Empire is using its Magitech power to wage war. The question is, where did they get that power? I had Locke dig around for information. It seems the Empire has been gathering scholars from around the world to study espers. Narsh's esper was also the reason for the Imperial assault there. Are you saying there's some kind of connection between espers and Magitech? Espers and Magitech. Only one possible link comes to mind. You don't mean the War of the Magi? No, that's impossible! My grandma used to tell me bedtime stories about magical machines. Those stories were true? You're saying we're on the verge of a second War of the Magi. It's only a guess. The war took place 1,000 years ago, and every historian has a different theory. But one theory says that energy drained from espers was used to power machines, and that ordinary humans were also infused with that same energy. So that's what Magitech power is. If we're going to fight Magitech enemies, we need Magitech weapons of our own. No! That would bring about another War of the Magi. Then what do you propose? I was wondering if we might not be able to have a chat with an esper. With an esper? It's risky, but that esper reacted to Tara before. If we could get it to react to her again, we just might be able to wake it up. Do you really think that would work? I can't say for sure, but I believe it's our best shot. Of course, we can't do anything without Tara's help. Tara. I'll do it. I'm not entirely sure I understand the plan, but what the hey? This sounds like it'll be fun. What was that? That noise just now. Baden, sir. Ooh, not good. South Figaro. What's wrong? What happened? The Empire's taken South Figaro. They're headed this way. So they found us. We haven't a moment to lose. Locke. I know. Someone has to sneak into South Figaro to slow down the enemy, right? This is right up your alley. We're counting on you. Tara, wait for me. I won't be gone long. And watch out for a certain lecherous young king who shall remain nameless. The guy moves in like a hawk. Locke! Edgar, old habits die hard, eh? What about us? We can escape down the Leith River and make our way to Narsh. I'm curious about that esper they found in the mines. Very well. I'll ready the raft by the back entrance. It's risky, but we don't have much of a choice at this point. It's not safe here. Come with us to Narsh. It could be a chance for you to gain a better understanding of your abilities. We've no time to dilly-dally. Let's make for Narsh. So, yeah, the Empire has taken South Figaro, which they were saying could not happen. Apparently the Empire's moving harder and faster than they thought. Now, we're in a strange corridor. If you go up, you'll notice we're back in this room. Yeah, this is actually an area we could have gone into before, a little hidden doorway. What do you have to say? Counting on you to protect Bannon. Yeah, Bannon is in our party. He is an oracle. First thing first, put him in the back row. Now, Bannon has the special ability, Pray. That will use, at no cost, Cura on the whole party. Have him use that every turn, and you'll basically never die as long as he's in the party. Also, because he's a guest character, we can't see, he changes equipment, but we can see he wields a Punisher, a Magosat, and a Silk Robe. So, some kind of slightly higher level mage gear. I don't think anyone else out here says anything different, but I want to double check. Oh no, they do. We'll handle things here. Please head on to Narsh. Also, did it actually? It did not refill the health of the rest of my party. I thought it did when I rested with just Terra, but I was wrong. Let me just check if the guy up here in the Leith River runs through a series of huge underground caverns. Well, that's informative, but not exactly helpful. So, I don't think there's no new items to buy. Nobody else wandering around down here. I'm going to stay at the inn to heal up, but before I do that, I'm going to point out that Locke's equipment was given to us. Because he was removed from the party, they went and took all his stuff off and put it in our inventory. And let's point out the gauntlet. Steel hand and forearm guard used by knights allows one weapon to be held with both hands. So notice how Edgar's wielding a spear and a shield. If we equip the gauntlet on him, you notice his attack goes up, or no, wait, excuse me, his defense goes up, gives him a little defense to make up for the fact he no longer wields a shield. So he's wielding the spear in both hands, so it pretty drastically increases his attack. However, if you say no to Bannon repeatedly, you get a much better relic. So I'm going to reset, load my save there, and show you how things play out if you choose to say no. So here we are, and Bannon wants to talk to us after I've already talked to all my party members. We're going to say no. I see. That's all he says, and he sends you back in. If you go back out, you can try talking to him again. Have you made your decision? Say no again. I thought as much. He sends you back in one more time. If you say yes at any point, he'll give you the gauntlet and things will proceed as if you said yes the first time. So let's one last time say no. So, there's really no convincing you. Hope. How could anyone put their hope in me? What's wrong? What's happened? And we jump straight to this moment where the soldier appears, wounded. Those wounds look awful. South Figaro. And yep, they jump right to this. So they found us. We haven't a moment to lose. And most of this pretty much plays out exactly the same way as before from this point on. Slightly different placements of people, but same conversation. We don't get the table conversation with the talking about having to go find and talk to the Esper until I'm curious about that Esper they found in the mines. Very well. Yeah, see, they just one line here is like, oh, we should go to Narsh. It's definitely a lot better for the plot and pacing and explanation if you say yes. Saying no, though, gets you a better item. It's more for like a second playthrough or once you know what's going on. I understand your apprehension, but too many innocent lives are being lost to the Empire while we stand here and do nothing. Please lend us your strength. This relic will help keep you safe. Get a Genji glove. So we'll show that off in just a little bit here, but it puts us out at the corridor. Now, let's see, sort our stuff. Genji glove, I'll show it off here. It also improves your defense a little bit because you don't wield a shield. Armored glove from a foreign land allows the wearer to equip a weapon in each hand. So show this with Edgar. He'll have the mithril spear in right hand and mithril sword in the left. Does not matter which weapon is in which hand. No characters have, right-handedness or favoring of a particular hand. But it lets you attack twice per turn. So you choose attack, and he will stab him with the spear, then slash him with the sword. Super helpful, and much more of an attack increase than the gauntlet, because it takes both weapon stats into account. See, look, like his attack drops down to 90 with removing the sword. I'm going to take a moment and rearrange my equipment. And we're back. So, you'll first notice I made sure everyone's in the back row. Edgar, Sabin, and Tara all have attacks that don't rely on physical damage from the front row. And Bannon, I'll go ahead and tell you now, you want to protect him, keep him alive. So he's not really going to be doing much damage. He's going to be healing. We want him in the back row to take less damage. I've swapped up, so Edgar has, I don't actually remember what Edgar had before, but he's got the hyper wrist and the sprint shoes, so we can run and he does more damage with auto crossbow. I gave Sabin the Knight's Code because he's got the beefiest health. I also gave him the best shield we have, and Hermes sandals. So if for some reason Bannon's low on health, he should jump in and protect him. And I gave Tara the White Cape, prevent silence, since she's a mage, and Silver Spectacles, prevent darkness, because we're going to be encountering some enemies that do dark attacks. Anyway, now that we've done that, let's head down the corridor here, and we're at the Leith River. Here we go. This raft will carry us to Narsh. Hop aboard the raft. Once you do, there's no turning back. Hope you got the items you want. Head towards Narsh while protecting Bannon at all costs. If Bannon falls in battle, the journey's over. That's why I have Sabin set up with the Knight's Code. And while we ride along, we will get some enemies. Nautiloid and Exocite are two of the ones we can find. I'm going to show off Aura Cannon here. Going to do some good damage. 350. Tara's going to be using fire, Edgar is going to be using auto crossbow, and that's going to be your pretty much go-to attacks. I'll also show off his other attack in a second, his other blitz. Which way should we go? Straight, left, or right? Now, all three of these will actually take you to the same place, but which one you choose depends how long the trip is and how many enemies you fight. Left is the shortest, and straight is the longest. So, more enemies if you go straight. I'm going to pick that one. I'm not grinding any, but I want... Hey, I want to encounter as many enemies as possible. Let's see. I'm going to have him, just because we have a flying enemy, I don't want to use his other attack yet. And you know what? Let's show off Prey as well. Exocite and Nautiloid, there's nothing really that you need to worry about with them. They don't do much damage. There's Prey. Yeah, big heal on everybody. The Lesser Lopros, however, has a lot more health, and he can do a fireball attack on the whole party that does big damage. So try to take them out first. Hey, Tara got a level. And that is all the unique enemies we can find in this area. Bannon and Edgar gained a level. And this is a pretty uneventful trip, but just keep going and eventually You know what? I'm going to show this battle because I want to show off Sabin's third blitz. Meteor Strike. This is a suplex, basically, or suplex. Does some big damage to the enemy. It will not damage enemies who are flying. Oop, nope. If you enter a blitz command wrong, and you know it, by the way, you can press the B button to cancel out and then re-enter and put it in again. You're not committed once you go in. Also, poor Edgar with his blind. Yeah, it actually puts sunglasses on the character. But hey, they drop eye drops to heal. And remember that guy said there's a series of caverns? So yeah, it puts a save point. Blind stay. Most status effects stay after battle. Let's use an eye drops to cure that for Edgar. And yeah, you know what? Let's save. And then hop back on the raft to continue on. Again, pretty uneventful ride for the most part. You just keep getting random battles, and eventually you get asked another choice, which is go up or left. Now, this is a pretty famous spot back in the old Super Nintendo days. If you choose up, the default option, it will loop around in a circle and bring you right back to this spot. So you could set up with the cursor set to memory, so it always selects the same options in battle, with a turbo controller just constantly holding down the A button to keep selecting up, keep having ban and pray or heal, the party, and you could grind levels. If you left your system on overnight, you could be level 99 in the morning. I am obviously not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go ahead and select left to move onward. But it was a fun thing you could do. Now, there's some good reasons later in the game why you don't want to power level to 99 right now, but I'm not going to get into that yet. Save again, because, hey, we're here at a save point, might as well. And progress onward, and we should be soon coming to the end of the river. We might have one or two more random battles, which gets Ban, Terra, and Sabin all level. Ooh, I love this. We drop down a little cliff there. And I made sure everyone was topped off there because... Hey, what have we got here? Meet Ultros. Whee! You're up the creek without a paddle, and I'm not gonna let you through. Does that make me a bad octopus? And he is a fun character. Go ahead, we're going to just use fire, aura bolt, and auto crossbow the whole time. Youch! Seafood soup is not on the menu. And if he is weak to fire, but if you use it, he gets mad and he tries to blind Terra. Not that it matters, because she's using magic. Just keep up your attacks and keep up the prey, and you'll have him down in no time. Oh, that one's a tasty morsel. I'd love to get my tentacles around her. Slurp! And she does Tentacle, a big attack on Terra. Nothing you can't heal through easily. Yeah, he keeps saying the same thing anytime you hit him with fire, but trust me, you want to... Oh, it didn't actually blind her. You want to keep using fire, because it's big damage. Doing almost as much as Aura Bolt is. He will switch it up and sometimes say he'll do, oh, muscle heads, hate 'em, and he tentacles Sabin, so you know who he's doing his big attack on. It would do a lot more damage if we were in the front row, so that's why I've got everyone in the back. This fight is kind of a joke if everyone's in the back and you're using your long range attacks. He should be just about defeated. Come on, maybe Terra's fire? I don't think... I'm going to try to do the suplex move. I don't think you can on him, but it'd be hilarious if I can. Oh, well, we beat him anyway. Sploosh! Blub, blub, blub. I guess it got the point? I wouldn't bet on it. It's probably just hiding down there. Ew! Something stuck to my leg. Terra, get away from there! Should be alright now. 8-armed freak! I'm gonna smash it with a blitz. No, Sabin. Out of my way, Edgar. And he leaps into the water, chasing after an octopus to punch it in the face. Well, he's always been a bit rash. Sabin. Oh, he'll be fine. You sure, Bannon? Sir? You're his brother. You should know better than any of us. Any second now, he'll flop back up onto the raft, right as rain. Wah! Think he missed the onto the raft part. Sabin! Sabin, you're on your own now. And yeah, we get separated from Sabin. He goes off a different direction. Ultros is a fun, semi-recurring character. He shows up in some other games. He's just wacky. Edgar and Terra race toward Narsh while protecting Bannon. But what of Sabin, who was swept away by the raging waters? And how is Locke faring after having penetrated the Empire's defenses in South Figaro? Is all going according to plan? Choose a scenario. Go! Yeah, it splits. You get to choose who you follow next. Do we go with Bannon's group, with Locke, with Sabin? I'll go ahead and tell you now, Bannon's is the shortest scenario, Locke's is medium, and Sabin is definitely the longest. And you do have to do all three of them. Once you clear one, you come back here and choose the next. This may be a slightly shorter episode than others, but I think this is the perfect place to leave off here. A lot has happened. We've met the Returners leader. He's joined us, at least temporarily. We've got 3 different scenarios to pursue. And I think next time we're going to pick one of them and see what happens. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to click like and hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys next time.